This is Joe, and he is standing right to his own model. Good to see you, and please tell me, is there steel involved?
No, so this is an entirely Lego built structure. From the base all the way up, I have two sets of Technic bricks that are connected with two plates in between that run all the way up. And then I have brackets on both sides for the majority of the center portion. And those are then held together with plates. Then I have various Technic bricks that branch off at this height, and then during the sort of middle section, and then near the base as well.
Thanks for the explanation here. So is it like your own kind of fantasy, your own idea, or is it like based on a real book or any show or movie?
No, so this is pretty much my own idea. I did see a floating island that was sort of multi-layered, um, and then that was sort of my original inspiration. And then from there, I was mostly trying to figure out some different things that I could do on each of the islands to make it interesting.
What I do like here is kind of the shape. So like using this gray pieces in combination with light bluish gray on top, so the castle. Was it hard to kind of pick the right colors here?
So the colors were some that I've been trying to experiment a bit more with, particularly using lime and then the spring green color here, and mixing in that on top of the rock work, which is the dark bluish gray, and then having some medium nougat as a bit of an accent as well. It's a color scheme that I like to work with. Olive kind of works well with that too, so you see some olive. And then the trees themselves have sort of their own different color schemes, but it's a color scheme I like in general.
What has been kind of the biggest challenge while you were building it? Was there anything you, didn't know how to do it in first place, or was it like very smooth and you just know how to do it?
Yeah, this was probably more of a technical challenge than anything else. The biggest difficulty I had was making sure that it stayed balanced while I was building. And I would have to sort of shift around the build and build in a circle to make sure that it didn't lean any one direction too much. One thing that I used especially early on for some counterweights while I was building was a lot of Ninjago spinners. And then I also had some picker brick cups sitting on the top to sort of balance it out while I was working on one side, and then I'd slowly reduce the weight just so that it didn't lean any one direction too heavily. But the rest of the design work in terms of how it looks is pretty. I like doing a lot of fantasy and medieval, so castles and rock work is stuff I do all the time. But the biggest challenge is really the technical aspect.
Sounds good. And in the end, I would like to know, what is your favorite detail of this complete build here?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think the thing I like the most is I try to include a number of different stories going throughout the build. So you'll see I have a blacksmith working down here, and then I hid like a little mouse in the cave, and then you've got a miner over on the corner, a pig farmer at the top, and then you've just got things kind of scattered throughout, and trying to make it seem a bit lively and have a little bit of action going on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.